Goat's milk is fine, but I'll be paying you quail prices. I'm not paying oil prices.
If I say I'm not paying oil prices, I think
you'll know I'm not paying oil prices. Oh. I kept. Shut up. Shut up.
I'm basically your drummer.
We mean something to somebody, Django.
Sorry, I can't hear you. This music's too loud.
Yeah. We can't sit here quietly, even without our faces on, for like a moment of time.
No. When people ask for a moment of silence, we just look at Roman and start talking.
Mm-hmm. I'm good at being quiet.
I thought a moment of silence was a band or something.
I'm being quiet right now.
Sounds like a band. Hey, everybody. Sounds like a band, doesn't it? Episode 412 of the Comics Place presents a perfectly acceptable podcast with Jeff, Django, and Roman.
How do you get it to sound so much like a band in here?
Sounds like a band in here.
Did you miss the interruptions while you were in Japan?
Sounds like a Band-Aid here. Sounds like abandoned Band-Aids. Abandoned Band-Aids. Okay. All right. Pool bottom Band-Aid. I'm trying to think of cool band names.
That's a really good band name.
Like pool bottom Band-Aid.
Pool bottom Band-Aid.
Or just or just like public pool Band-Aid. When are you the most sad to see a rogue Band-Aid in the wild? It's probably a pool, right?
It's in a pool. The other day, there was a minute there where we were like super full of leaves in the store, and I was sweeping them, and there was a Band-Aid in the middle of the leaves, and that was a pretty big bummer.
Yeah. Poolside Band-Aid.
I don't like getting a Band-Aid in my spaghetti. That's not good.
Also,
Bud.
Unfortunate. Yeah.
Bud.
Yeah.
No. Now I'm gonna have to check my spaghetti every time.
Yep. Especially if you go to me.
Has that happened to you, Roman?
I'm not saying.
Wow.
I don't want to get sued.
That is evidence, dear listener and viewer. No, we know they're not viewers, so we'll table that for now. That Roman has deep loyalty to the restaurants that he patronizes, and he doesn't want to get anybody in trouble. He's a big fan of eateries. Makes sense. You can see in his tiny little that part of his mouth. You can see that he loves going to public local restaurants right there. You've guessed it. This is a comic book podcast brought to you by the Cradle of Nerd Civilization, Bellingham, Washington. You may have not known that. It's because it's on the ley lines of Canada and Washington.
It's true.
And if you go directly north without the bending of the latitude, you are actually in Brian Garside's town of Paris, Texas, or whatever it is. 412 episodes, you guys. That's pretty good, right?
That's not bad. That is what, 350 years worth.
It's been 10 years, right? It has to have been 10 years, right?
I think so.
Can somebody tell me that it's been 10 years? I think it's been 10 years.
I don't even really know when we
started
dating, Jeff.
Yeah, it's got to have been 10 years. It's got to have been over 10 years. And again, what I'm most scared of is when I am the age that you were when we started working together. And I think we're almost there.
I was 35?
No, you were older than that.
36.
I think you were 36 or 37.
Must have been 37.
I hope so, because I'm 36 now.
Yeah. And do you think that's going to unlock something? Are you going to understand truths that I've forgotten?
No, I think that's when our time is up, bud. I think that's like
what if that was the rule for everybody?
Key into a creaky gate, and then the gate will open, and fog will roll out, and then one of us will have to go.
You walk in, and you walk into my body.
Oh no!
From 11 years ago, and you're
very John Malkovich of us.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I have an excited little 12-year-old upstart beneath me. Whoa. Okay. So all of those words were not what I meant. There'll be a young whippersnapper that's 12 years younger than me that I'll be able to train. Those are the better. So every week at the Comics Podcast HQ, where we are, all of us, Comics HQ. We're in different wings of it, and you can access each other's rooms through these fun gerbil-like contraption holes. You
get us
know,
demonetized if you keep talking about wangs.
it's just how the wings of the Comics HQ
wings.
work. Gerbil wings. If you want to contribute like Will Elmer is about to, you can send an email to the Comics Place Presents Perfectly Acceptable Podcast hotline. It's a hotline because it's an email address, and it's jeff@thecomicsplace.com. Actually, it's just my work email. Shit. That's what Will does.
Hello and happy episode number 412, my friends. Tomorrow's December 1st. It's Advent season.
Oh.
You guys know every year I got a whiskey Advent calendar. We actually love Advent calendars here. We got, I got one with shortbread also. Sarah's got one for like yarn. Olivia's got Pokemon.
Wow.
We got a dog Advent calendar. We got a cat Advent calendar. We just love counting down the days to Christmas.
Wow.
I know Django is Krampus and doesn't do this, but you know, what do you guys? What would you love in an Advent calendar? Maybe I've asked this question before because I feel like I proposed the idea of making a comic book Advent calendar.
Yeah, that idea.
And that would be really awesome to open and read one comic book randomly every single day.
Yeah.
But if you could get something every day through the month of December, leading up to Christmas, what would you love to open up? Would it be voicemails from not just Will Elmer, but other listeners? I bet you would.
Yeah.
Turn up. Love you guys. Awesome.
Oh man, turnips do love you guys, and that's fucking awesome.
Just like a bunch of band-aids. Like
poolside
band-aids found in different places.
A variety of used band-aids, all with sort of different blood splatters inside of them, and
like
leaves
and
marks.
hair on the sticky parts. Yeah.
Oh man, a band-aid with abandoned hair in it is a real bummer for me, because hair, once it's been removed from the body, really profoundly grosses me out. It's one of the main reasons I've stayed in a professional relationship with Django, because it's so
less
little
worry
risk.
about it.
Yeah, you know, like it's just not much of a concern. Yeah, my own does, given the amount of time. So time is somehow a component in there, right?
Okay.
If I've immediately pulled it out, not so bad, but if I find a pile of my own hair next to my bed because I run my fingers through my hair nervously before I fall asleep, that's pretty gross, right? That's not why we're here. We're here to talk about comics and advent calendars. Advent calendars are fun, Django. You did the whiskey one last year, right?
Kind of. I
Or 2
started
years
it.
ago?
I didn't keep up with it real well, and I didn't love the experience with the videos and stuff. I think the year you guys did it was more fun.
It was.
And yeah, I really like the little bottles though.
Very good.
I'm gestating on an idea of what I'd like in an advent calendar, but I'm not quite ready to lay that egg.
Well, okay, cool.
Mandate, if you know what I mean.
So I've got a rough mock-up of the box design, Django, but a comic book advent calendar, you know, with rolled up comics, you know, boxes, you get to open it, right? You got the rolled up comic. It's in a bag, you know. This is probably reader comics, you know. These are like holiday comics and fun things, right? And then we could also make a high-end one where it's a different design, but it's more like a folio of things, and then each day you open up a new one and it comes out and it's in a bag and board. It's actually back issue.
Okay.
But
just like a quarter of a short box.
Yeah, but only good stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's an advent calendar, right? It's 30. Okay.
30, something like that.
So I think there's something there. Will, have we talked about it? I don't know, but we're clearly there together. I really like the idea of pet ones. You get
like a different pet every day for a month.
Yep, you get a different pet every day. You get to raise, you know, you get the experience of raising a different pet every day.
Dang.
You know,
all right.
And it goes away at the end of the day. So you get it. It's a baby elephant today, December 1st. Baby elephant. You have to, instructions say that you have to take that elephant outside, down the back stairs. You have to hose him off. That's a dirty, dirty elephant. And then you got to throw hay at him so he can eat it.
Yeah.
But he'll go away. And then tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, honey badger day.
So hopefully your partner gets
honey badger day.
The pet food advent calendar from the same company.
Well, there's a component like they provide the food. It's a very expensive advent calendar,
Yeah.
but like it does include the foods because who could do no. Roman, where do you advent?
I mean, could this be anything we can think of?
Mhm.
Fantasy advent calendars.
Sky's the
case-
limit. S is the L, Roman.
In
Yeah.
that case, I want an advent calendar that has steadily progressing surprise tickets every day until like at the end of it, you get like tickets to Japan or something.
Oh my gosh!
So like
But
you start with a parking ticket and you end with international
Surprise
travel.
good tickets. No bad tickets. No wolf
Like-
tickets.
Django has to give you a thigh massage
There we
today.
go.
That's
Okay,
a ticket
that
for
works.
one, a coupon redeemable ticket for one awkward Django thigh massage.
So you get beer
Yeah, it's
tickets,
gotta be
concert
awkward.
tickets, plane tickets, train tickets.
Yep, drink tickets.
No wolf
at-
tickets.
No wolf tickets.
I mean, there could be challenging ones like.
Okay, so you're talking also about tickets for personal challenges, athletic challenges.
Well, that too. I mean, you could get tickets for like I don't know. You have to go ride a bull for 10 minutes.
Yeah, you
something.
have to do choreographed ribbon dance in Red Square
Oh, that'd be sweet.
at the noon hour of a Wednesday.
At the noon hour? Okay, I'm there.
It's always a noon
Bummer.
hour for Roman. Bummer. What about
Demonetized so quickly?
what about this? A different monetized idea, all right? we get in line with Spotify. We
Mhm.
create curated advent calendar playlists where
Ooh.
each day a new song is presented to you in a playlist that's unfolding through the years. Now, they could be curating their own,
Mm.
or they could contact artists that have lots of listeners or streams, and they would do that. They would curate a playlist, either of their own music or other people that their listeners or subscribers could sign up
I
for.
like
The
that.
advent calendar.
Yeah.
Tom Waits, you'd go through his, calendar each day. Each day, you're discovering one new song that Tom Waits recommending that you listen to.
Does it come with like a volume recommendation?
No, everybody gets to choose their own volume because, like, what
Gross.
if you're
I'm out.
in a library?
You put
What
your
if you're in a
earbuds in.
library and you're listening to it loud, like out of, like,
You
what if
put your ear champs in, bud.
that's not your thing though?
Hmm.
Don't tell me to put my ear champs in when I'm in a library. What if I'm here to listen to the sounds of the library?
Listen, I think those are good ideas. I just want to point out that in the chat right now,
Oh yeah.
we've reached a new level. We're just getting spam in
Oh,
our chat.
nice.
So,
Super
oh, wow.
nifty Susie.
We would love it if everybody would come on by and help dilute the spam bots. Would you?
Question from Tacky Pomp. Question.
Yeah.
What
I
are
see the
each
one from Super Nifty Susie
of your
Oh, there it
own
is.
favorite feel-good comics? The ones that bring on the cozy goodness. Oh.
Oh,
Super Nifty Susie is not spamming. I'm a subby. What? I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Before we get to the Tacky Pomps question, I want to tell you my idea
Theory.
for a
Oh, right.
thing.
for,
Okay.
Right?
for Advent.
Okay.
I want a Polaroid
Okay.
every day
Okay.
that is a picture of a different safe for work joint or fold of skin in your body, super close up. And the
Okay.
game is you have to figure out, is that the inside of an elbow? Is that where your ear meets the back of your head? Is that a neck
wait.
fold?
These are Polaroids that have already been taken by somebody in your camp, and they have somehow tricked or surprised you into being forced into looking at an ambiguous body fold Polaroid each morning leading
mean,
up to
I
Christmas.
think- I don't think it would have to be somebody you know. I think it'd be even better if it was like, this is the George Clooney creases, the Clooney creases advent calendar. Right?
This
we
day
even the spam bots have left.
it's Newman from Seinfeld. they're all Newman from Seinfeld skin folds. Listen. That one was really gross, Django. I don't want that. Or like you're making me think of skin diseases like psoriasis, plaque psoriasis.
Well, that's why you do a famous person, because they don't get diseases.
Comic books are what bring us here. Guys, I received a $125,000 settlement. Should I just take time off and find love or work? That's a good question. And we need to
Oh.
answer it. Django.
Just take time off and find love.
I just put Super Nifty Susie 1 in. Oh, that's a different person, isn't it? I just put that person in timeout.
Well, let them come back. They said they were a subby.
I guess a viewer's a viewer.
Yeah. The question was, you just scored $125,000 settlement. Do you take time off to find love, or do you keep working? And I want an honest answer from everybody.
Find love. You can always work when the money runs out.
Yeah.
See,
well, you can always go, you can go back to work later.
Unless
you find the right kind of love and they have a great job and you don't have to work.
I didn't take your advice, and I decided to keep working and just live slightly above my means until.
I mean, we all know that's actually what I would do.
Yeah, right. That's what we would all do, right? You know, it's better to have money in the bank and while you're still working your job. God, we're off to a real rough start here.
Break your heart.
Yeah, money's not going to break your heart. But love don't cost a thing either.
Oh, good point.
So, Django.
Cozy Reads.
Cozy Reads. Feel good comic.
Hilda, for me.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, I love those Hilda stories from what's his name? Jason or whatever his name is over in Norway.
Mm-hmm.
Never Ending Story would be my cozy read.
That's a movie.
It's a book.
What's that, a book first?
It's like a comic, but without the...
Super Nifty Susie says, thanks. The hope is to meet a wealthy man, or at least a man financially secure. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it. Susie, what is your cozy read? My cozy read. What do I do for cozy comfort? Wow, it's a really good question. I don't think I experience comfort in a human way. Yeah, I don't even really know what that is.
You watch Friends for comfort?
I do watch Friends for comfort and The Office for comfort. I don't read for comfort often because it doesn't capture enough of my senses to protect me from the bad thoughts. You know, I can still find myself getting distracted and going in the bad areas while reading, even if it's a comic. Yeah. I'm really curious about these spam bots, you guys. I don't know how I'm going to record a podcast about comic books when we're being actually introduced to potentially new people.
I don't think we have to worry too much about Super Nifty Susie anymore unless she creates a new account.
I hope she does. Anybody with the confidence to put Super Nifty in their name that's like Will Super Fantastic, you know? Oh my gosh, what if it's Will? Okay. There's too many questions it's brought up. Any other questions for Cozy Reads, you guys?
I'm
Dragon
out.
Ball, Akira, those are things from my childhood. All-Star Superman is one that I read in the midst of a real bad acid trip, and it gave me comfort. Like a real late night lone acid trip, almost going the wrong way.
I guess for me, Howard the Duck, the Steve Gerber series from the 70s.
Comforting.
I believe it's pronounced Gerber.
I think it is pronounced Gerber.
Gerber's baby food.
Gerber's baby food.
Gerber.
We are here to talk to listeners about comic books. The first of them is going to be Devil on My Shoulder, #1, the new Kyle Starks joint. Peter Kowalski on art, an artist I love.
Kowalski.
They've been doing Kowalski. They've been doing the art in the Bloodborne comics for a long time. I can't remember where I first saw them, but they've got a very unique and distinct style. Kyle Starks, somebody we all became enamored with early in his comic writing when he was doing a lot of comedy stuff. So Rock Candy Mountain, Assassination,
Rick and
Morty. So he's taken a darker turn lately. I heard tell that this was a dark ride. Was it too dark? Tell me what happened, you guys.
This is a very dark comic. You're right, Jeff. Very
dark. Is that like in terms of light sources, shading, color palette, tone?
Theme and tone.
Theme and content.
How's the lighting?
It opens with a warning. This book contains disturbing depictions of torture, kidnapping, graphic violence, violence against women, physical abuse, and death. We promise her revenge will be just as bad. This one does not have the revenge, so it's like tantamount to a snuff film. It's really kind of hard to watch. as you're going through
Yeah.
it. It's brutal.
I might have put it down if it hadn't been for that warning, the last line. I was like, okay, I know
Yeah.
the good stuff is coming.
Yeah, so it follows kind of a timid, Christ-loving woman working at a retail store who stays late to do inventory and then gets kidnapped by 5 or 6 kids, teens, late teens, college kids, age dudes who just beat her up for months and months and months, and then think that they kill her, but she's not dead. And the cliffhanger is that she's waiting for them outside of a restaurant, all scarred up and messed up and just ready to wreak havoc on them.
Do we know how long this
but
is gonna
4
be?
years later.
Okay,
Yeah.
it's 4 years later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and they've all the guys are all successful little jackasses celebrating
Okay.
their success, and she's gonna start making their lives horrible.
Yeah, I don't have a oh, it says a 4-issue series. So
Okay.
that seems to be about what Kyle Starks has been doing lately, is 4-issue series. And Peter Kowalski and him were doing Where Monsters Dwell together.
Yep.
As well.
And then there
both
was
of those.
Then there was that other one that came out after Where Monsters Lie
Mm-hmm.
that was also dark, but I didn't read that. But like Where Monsters Lie, that other one, and then this one seemed to, but it also, like, when we talked to Kyle Starks back before Assassination came out at Emerald City, you know, he had mentioned that like he and Erica are both huge fans of 80s over the top cinema, not just the like kind of comedy action ones, but like all of it. And like, you know, the 80s had some like super over the top kind of gore revenge stuff, right? Like, I'm just trying to make it fit in my perception of this person's brain, or is it actually seem like totally out of nowhere?
It's well done, like you would expect from him, but it is, you know, like when you see Jim Carrey in a serious role or Adam Sandler in a serious role, they do a really good job of it, right? Because they're doing this thing that's arguably harder than drama, and that is comedy. Drama has the requirements for timing and everything, but comedy is a little more nuanced or something, right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's kind of what we're seeing here is Kyle Stark's this isn't a horror comic, I don't think.
What's this blue guy on the cover about?
I don't know. Like, there's nothing supernatural about this, right, Roman?
You got any supernatural inklings in here?
Not that I remember. I'm flipping through it again briefly because, yeah, I think I would assume the blue guy on the cover is just
the devil on her shoulder.
I don't know, because it's on the next issue too. I don't know if that's like the spirit of revenge or what.
Dave. It's just Dave.
It's probably Dave.
No, I don't think it's Dave.
Yeah, it's not supernatural. This is a drama that is horrific, I think, more so far. It's a horrific drama more than a horror comic.
Ugh.
Unless it's revealed. I mean, I don't know how she survived that. So maybe there is a supernatural reason that she's.
You have got me absolutely riveted to check this one out.
It's pretty good. I would not recommend most people read it. Like, you need a strong stomach.
You know that about me, that I've got a strong tummy.
You are the prince of strong stomachs.
The prince of it.
In your fluffy little
I'm
strong stomach collar.
I'm the
your
prince.
Velvet strong stomach jacket.
It's a velvet robe. It's a strong stomach velvet robe jacket. Like it's not a full-sized robe, but it's sort of like a smoking jacket.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a velvet,
strong stomaching jacket.
You always tell me, you always call it my Crown Royal coat because it's what it kind of looks like the bottle of the bag that a bottle of Crown Royal comes in.
And that's the kind of joke you won't find in Devil on My Shoulder #1.
No,
whatsoever.
So what do you give it on a 1 to 10?
That's hard.
Yeah, is it? Why don't you get out of your effing comfort zone, Django?
Well, it's hard because it's really well done, but I might have been happier that night if I hadn't read it. I'm going to give it a 9.
From the hip. 9.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just from a craft perspective,
I love
worthy of that.
Roman?
Yeah, and if people have seen the French movie Revenge by the same director that did The Substance, if you liked Revenge, you'll like this.
Huh.
and I liked Revenge. I thought it was a great movie. I'm going to give this a 9.5.
Wow. I
Well,
wasn't expecting it to go
very
that
well
way.
done.
You've done it again.
That's an average of 9.
And even going in, it had stuff that made me cringe inside, which I was braced for it, and still.
Yeah, and just to the listeners and viewers, now bear in mind that we know they're not viewers, but we'll table it for now. To be able to curl Roman Statler's stomach.
Yeah,
that's a level of intensity. No, Roman voted most likely to have a giant tub of bleach with clothes in it sitting in his house somewhere. Why? I don't know. That's for you to find out.
Come on.
It's probably concerning though.
It's fine.
On the topic of big, gross, muscly men, like veiny, muscly guys, that's a power stance,
On the topic of Roman is what you mean.
Yeah,
exactly. Absolute Batman number 14 had one of the biggest, veiniest, strongest men that I'd seen in a comic book in quite a while. In fact, I don't know if I can think of one veiny, muscly, chubby man that gets bigger than this in a comic book, but this is easily the second biggest, muscularest, sweaty, veiny, pumping you up men I've ever seen in a comic book.
I
top
thought
two.
Top two? Top two is the first one from Akira?
Yeah, top two. Akira, he gets bigger than that. He eats Tokyo up.
This is ridiculous. This book is ridiculous.
It should be more ridiculous than it is when you're in it, though. Like
I believed every second of it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like you're at the beginning of Absolute Batman, people, maybe even Roman, are like, he's too big, it's dumb. Like what this guy, I can't. And then you're reading this book, and he's just a kind of weirdly proportioned, normal size guy compared to the lump of regenerating muscle that is Bane throughout this. And at no point is it feel outlandish at all.
No,
for me at least.
It just feels dangerous.
No, it's like so dangerous, Django. It's so big and Batman. Sweaty,
Yeah. So
probably sticky too.
Yeah, and this just has awesome battle tactics. It's got
huge
wrestling moves. In the beginning, Batman drops a building on Bane, and that I feel like that's
pretty
probably
good.
A reference to either Dark Knight Returns or Year One, and I can't quite remember which.
Yeah,
but like when he's fighting Superman, does he say, "I drop a building on him"? Something like that. Like,
yeah,
it feels very Frank Miller to drop a building on a bad guy.
Fighting Superman. Yeah, exactly. Or yeah. You're right. That does sound like that.
Yeah, none of this should work at all, and it all works so well.
So, on the topic of one of the things that works really, really well is the plot or the story of this, which is Batman going to fight Bane a second time, is told with a memory narration going on of it's following up on one from the previous issue, not the annual, where his buddy Waylon, who becomes Croc, like before he becomes Croc, was a boxer, and he was like maybe he's supposed to throw a fight or something. But anyway, the framing device of this issue is like Bruce watching that boxing match while he also is fighting Bane. And I really liked the way that those two things were interspersed. Tom King does that, mechanic a lot, and his narratives can sometimes be rich enough or complex enough that I have a hard time keeping both of them in my head while I'm bouncing between them. This one didn't feel as like hard to hold both narratives in my mind while going through it. Like they kind of beat for beat are going through the same things, a little bit like his Tom King's Swamp Thing one where he does that.
I mean, the other helpful thing that we had, and I don't know how much Tom King has to do with this and how much he doesn't, but the flashbacks in this were visually different, where all the blacks are like 80% black instead of 100% black. And that really helps me because I get super lost in Tom King flashbacks.
Totally.
You don't know when things are happening.
I do agree with you, although I will still follow up on my opinions that the flashbacks could use even slightly more color distinction, like in previous issues. This one actually does it pretty well. Yeah. Roman, how are you faring on it? Because it's a lot of very big, sweaty, veiny, muscly men rolling around trying to kill one another. And you thought maybe Batman was too big. Well, let's get bigger, bud.
In the beginning of the series, yeah. But now, especially, well, this issue, but at the last few issues, we've come to find, okay, this is just a ridiculous comic. It's not supposed to be as serious as I originally thought. So no, this is a lot of fun. I mean, I wasn't that worried for Batman. I mean, I laughed out loud when Bane is kaiju size and grabs his cape and whips it around, slams him. It looks like face first into the mat, the cement, whatever it is. And then we got the giant Croc, who also, I mean, both him and Bane are kaiju size fighting each other. It's great.
Yeah, I did love what they did with Croc coming out of there. That was perfect. I love Batman dropping down and cutting his spine.
Yeah, down where the parts he can reach. And I love the way that the artist is drawing Croc, where he looks like a long face crocodile, but his snout ends in a human face, in Wayland's face. That's so cool.
So spoilers, everybody. Spoilers for every comic book we talk about. And if you're sad about that, listen. You can go hang out with Super Nifty Susie. She's got big answers and big questions for you. So we got Catwoman shooting extra venom into his veins and into his pumpers, and it explodes him. Is that what I'm to understand here?
Yeah, like we're set up to think that Bruce has distilled some venom from blood, and he's going to take a hit of the juice in order to beat Bane. But that was never his plan. He just gets Bane as big as he can get on his own juice, and then overdoses him.
Juices him.
Overdoses. Band-Aid at the bottom of a pool.
Ooh, floating around
until Bane just gets too big. And then he melts him, or Bane melts down, and Bruce dumps him into the river with his Batmobile dump truck and kicks his head skull mask. It just says shove.
Yeah,
it's so good. So
effing cool. I love it. I love that, like, he's this experimental thing, so he's getting venomed up and his body's getting juicy and big and muscular and sweaty. But they're like talking about how like the atoms are becoming almost kind of like stem cell type things, where they're each just kind of becoming a generation of life itself. So like he's got all these different body organs forming all over his body as he's getting huge and disgusting. Like his shoulders got a jaw and stuff. And
am I remembering that they use the term undifferentiated tissue in here?
Yeah. I think that you're right. Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
so you're beyond self-repairing and become almost embryonic, undifferentiated.
Embryonic. So awesome. The idea of all of it becoming more like fractal, reverse fractals. I love that, and that's very Akira and Tetsuo, and it's just really an awesome explanation and so gross and over the top, and I love it. And then the coda with the Joker. We could wait we can maybe not spoil that if there's some people, because it's so awesome and brutal.
Yeah. And the next issue brings us the ultimate Joker, right?
Yeah. Joker dope. Joker. Our first Joker dosage.
I took that undifferentiated tissue as inspired by William S. Burroughs bit, where he talks about undifferentiated tissue and like, anywhere like a glob of it hits, you could grow something. Like you might end up being made entirely of erectile tissue.
Ooh,
like one big nipple, or whatever it is. But that's the only time I've ever heard undifferentiated in relationship to tissue, and I immediately thought of that. It's so gross.
Yeah,
so gross and cool.
Probably some gross Burroughs action in there as well, for sure. What a fun, bonkers ride. I'm gonna give it a casual 10.
Nice.
Just a soft
Nice.
10, a gentleman's 10. I'm going to give it a gentleman.
If I were to tell you
Ugh.
that I'm going to make our average 9.83, do you know what my score is?
Yes. It's going to be 9.75.
Yeah.
9.7. 9.75.
I said that before I realized that Felix also gave it a 10.
Yeah.
So I give it a 9.5 from me.
9.5. Yeah.
I'm going to give it. I'm also going to give it a slightly less gentlemanly 10.
Yeah. Oh, a little aggro 10.
Sounds like Roman.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A rude gooey duck.
There's nothing gentlemanly about him.
Rude gooey duck open
He's a
for
rude
full bottom
gooey
Band-Aid.
dude. A rude gooey dude is his new 10 persona. The rude gooey dude drops another duck. Yeah. Oh,
Rude gooey dude.
the rude gooey dude's dude is dropping duck dudes.
Well, there's our intro, everybody.
Yeah, Roman Captain Jack stacks of rude tooty geo dudes. Okay, so we should talk about something that's not Batman for a second, because spoilers, I got a lot of DC Batman comics in the canon for us here. So Django,
Yeah.
do you want to talk about war or do you want to talk about zombies?
I want to talk about war, buddy.
So let's talk about Escape number 4, Roman and Django. What do you think about Escape number? Roman, are you reading this one?
Of course I am. Yes, I am.
Okay, cool. So, like, you know, what is a nice dialogue between two gentlemen of opposing beliefs, if not a way for us to understand ourselves better, clue a larger audience into the origins of our character, and truly ask the question, who is the enemy? Who is the enemy?
Okay, is it opposing beliefs? So, okay, Rick Remender, Daniel Acuna. This gives us in the current timeline, we get the dog that has crashed into behind enemy lines, and he's been rescued by a bat and his son, and they're basically hiding from the bats. So he's been rescued by a couple of Jews hiding from Nazis, basically, right? And
whoa! I didn't think about it in that regard.
What? Are we reading the same comic?
Yeah.
Okay.
The dogs and the bats. Yeah.
So we also get flashbacks of him leaving for the war. I guess I didn't think that these two guys who are basically having a conversation in the middle of the night waiting for the Nazi activity outside to die down as really having opposing views. Like, neither of them are big fans of the bat guys.
Yeah, I think opposing allegiances in the sense that they seem to both exhibit some amount of national identity.
Sure.
And while the bat is, expressing that, like, he isn't agreeing with the main powerful thrust that's going on here, our dog pound bro is like, yeah, but they're still elected by our country. And
sure.
and he's like, yeah, but it's not all of, it's two instances of like sameness wrapped in entirely different other nationalities, and the way that our sense of self and our desire to sort of bend a narrative about what you're contributing to actually seem in line with your beliefs, right? Be in denial or supportive of a thing. Like, the bat guy is sort of minimizing an amount because he understands he's complicit in it to like a degree.
Right.
But anyway, it's like differences, but sameness at the same time.
It's a good conversation.
It's a great conversation.
And it
gets contentious though, right? Like, by the end of it, it is a little like, oh,
they're both like, man, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Fuck you, I'll leave in the morning.
Yeah.
I like that we got explicit bat commentary in the letters page. That was nice.
Yep.
And I like that we got the names of countries in this world, which are not names that we know.
Right.
Obviously this is, he calls it Enladish. You speak Enladish pretty good for a bat.
Yeah, I will say I wasn't kidding. I didn't actually, throughout the reading of this, put the bats in the position of Jewish Germans, or like I didn't make a historical comparison
I think
of who was who in there.
The bats are just Germans.
Yeah,
right?
I believe it. This one
guy
with,
is just
with their own
bat.
nation names, like for whatever reason, it ceased my tethering of it to a thing, and I like forgot to put it in like a metaphor. Discussion.
I realized that I forgot to put the right picture up here, everybody.
Oh, that's
apologies
Batman.
all around.
Yeah, look at that rough and tumble doggy there.
We
also got a sort of alternate take on the meaning of the title of this book in it. You know, it's Escape, and we're like, okay, it's about this guy crash landing behind enemy lines and trying to escape. But in this flashback before him going to the war, his wife's like, no, you like, is it true? Do you need this? Is this just an escape? Like an escape from the life that he's been living? Like, this Leonardo DiCaprio staring at the TV meme.
Yeah.
They said the title. They said the title. Roman, what'd you think of this?
I really like that. I didn't expect it to the flashback. I don't know, for some reason I didn't expect getting his kind of backstory to be as interesting as his current predicament. But that was very engaging. And the fact it's all based on Remender's actual grandfather just adds this whole deeper level to it that's pretty fascinating.
I totally agree, Roman. I think my two favorite issues have been 2 and 4, and they're the ones where we've gotten the most insight into the past, like who he was. And I think his relationship and just kind of exploring that time as told through these dogs, which allows like a slightly deeper sense of empathy, but also a little bit more removal from a time period. Yeah, I don't know. It's like Richard's scary World War II, busy world, busy town.
Yeah.
Dude, the next cover
is so good.
It's
so good.
That's a Nazi bat.
Yeah.
That's a Nazi bat.
Oh yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, I thought this was fabulous.
Totally.
There's another podcast that I listen to about comics every week, and I'm super stoked to hear what they have to say about this. This is their pick of the week on iFanboy.
Oh, nice.
Which makes sense. Those guys are such history buffs.
Yeah,
I'll bet they have another perspective on this that we don't.
Yeah, and I bet that also like the cartooning in this is phenomenal. Like Daniel Acuna, like we were talking about the writing there, but like just the non-direct conversational bits of our like nice dog man kind of entertaining the child of this person who's taking care of him by like, you know, playing with coins and doing magic tricks for him, and it's all kind of like in the background or just told through the art without necessarily words to it. So I love that. Like Acuna is absolutely incredible. And then that final page is a no text heartbreaker. Just like he even says like at the beginning of the ledger page, like, all right, actually, wait, let's just sit with that silent ending for a second. And I was like, all right, I'll do that with you.
Yeah.
That was pretty heavy, you know, like, just really pretty incredible art. And again, I think it's a great conversation in terms of war. Cause like they are the same, you know, but also they can't really trust each other because of the trappings of all these things, you know, encasing them in their identity. So it's very camaraderie within the inability to have camaraderie.
The thing that sort of sparks their conversation reminds me of a Tom Waits lyric where he says, how does God choose? Whose prayers does he refuse when he's singing about war? Right. So like both sides are praying to the same God, and he's got to screw somebody over.
That you're right. There is dialogue in here that is almost that exactly. And it's harrowing. Yeah. It's
in opposition to no atheists and foxholes.
Well,
or maybe it's exactly the same, right?
Ooh, yeah.
Everybody
there are no atheists
praying to the same God.
Exactly. Yeah. Or at least a God.
Yeah.
Escape number 4. Roman, anything else to talk about?
No, not quite. I'm surprised because, you know, I think Jacobs mentioned this. Like usually with Rick Remender, I get I kind of get bored with his stories after a handful of issues, but this is only going to be what, 4 or 5? No, 5, 6 issues, maybe. Do we know?
I want 100.
Yeah,
I don't
mean,
know
so
how
far,
many it is.
this is. I'm just surprised it's not weakening at all like his books often do for me.
Yeah.
It might just be 6.
I hope it's 8.
Oh, end of story arc at number 6.
Oh,
Okay, cool. So we
So
might
we
be
might
like
get
a
more.
10 or 12. Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
What are your scores for Escape number 4? I think it's pretty high for me.
yeah, so good solid 9 at least.
I'm gonna go a Gentleman's 9.3.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna go 9.5.
Yeah.
Just every single thing about it is amazing.
Yeah, it really is. The cartooning is really amazing.
Yeah.
Really good stuff there. Oh, Django, where are we gonna waddle? Where's the wind gonna waddle us now?
Oh,
Where will the wind waddle us once more?
The wind waddles where the wind wants to waddle.
The wind waddles. Yes. You're right. The wind waddle us where it will. May the wind waddle us where it will.
I want to talk about something that I don't know if you read, Jeff.
Please tell me about it.
It is. Oh, hang on. Technical confusion reigns supreme for me right now.
That's all right, bud.
Cool.
I want to talk about Arcadia.
Which one? I read it. It's got Batman in it.
No.
Dang it.
No.
Dang it. Django, there was one time in the day on the Wednesday where you said to me, Arcadia was pretty good. Were you talking about the Batman one at that moment?
I was at that moment. And
okay,
then
cool.
You pointed out that Ignition Press on the same exact fiscal day.
Same calendar fiscal day.
They put out a book by the Miranda brothers, Inaki Miranda and Roy Miranda, called Arcadia. Did you read this, Roman?
I did not.
Okay. Well, then I guess I'll just hold court here. That wasn't my intention.
Please do, man.
This follows what we think are people at the very beginning.
Okay.
On some sort of rocky terrain going into a bunker to retrieve something, and they're worried about running into some sort of monster, a feral, I think is what they call them. And they end up running into one of those monsters, and then they run into these pods that are birthing people. And Jeff, I think you'll remember when we were at the San Diego Comic-Con, they had this really cool painting at the Ignition party.
Yes, I do remember that.
Super cool, like glowing humanoid shape.
And I'm looking at their like art and commission galleries, and their art is pretty awesome.
The
it
art's
looks like
pretty
they
cool.
did We Live and Blade Forger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good stuff. What we find out is that all the humans are dead, and these are some sort of beings that look a lot like humans, but they have what they call a pearl in the middle of their forehead, and that contains all their memories, but they don't seem to be able to transplant them. So if one of them dies by being bitten by a feral, for example, they can't survive. And it's just this feels huge. It gives us like the birth and the beginnings of a relationship and the death of a father figure all in one issue without feeling rushed. And it gives us narration kind of like Saga, where it seems to be narrated by the child of these two characters that we've met, and we haven't met the child yet.
Django, that doesn't scream Django book to me.
There are big elements that are, I think, are Django elements.
Okay.
I think you would probably also really dig this, especially because there's a QR code periodically for a soundtrack that goes with it.
I like that a lot.
The only note that I have, and the thing that's probably going to dock it a full point, is that the soundtrack makes you listen to an ad on YouTube before you get to listen to the soundtrack. So
that's
we need a better mechanism for listening to those songs.
Yeah, you guys, it is free to make a Spotify playlist that links to a QR code.
Yeah.
Come on.
That would have vastly improved my experience.
Okay, but Django, do you think they did it for the advertising money? Do you think they get the advertising money?
Yeah, Colgate's probably paying these guys pretty good.
Okay, so like the QR code getting a YouTube ad. Their
Yeah,
Ignition
I mean, we
probably is getting the.
We know that Ignition is all about recouping their money. Just kidding. I don't think it's that.
There could be an element too. Who knows that? Spotify is kind of on people's shit list now because people are boycotting Spotify because they run ice advertisements.
Yeah, this would have had to be well before that.
Like, oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Whatever it is, that's like for that to be my note. That's not super bad.
No, but it is a huge dock against an attempt to push something forward.
Yeah, there's got to be a better way. Also, you could say it's my fault for not having a professional YouTube account.
Well, I do have that.
No, so you won't experience this. Yeah. I'm going to give this a solid 8.5. I think it's really good. It is not a comic that I would have expected Django to be super down with.
Yeah.
It feels more like a Roman Django Sean kind of thing to me.
Can you sidestep me to the other Arcadia?
Oh, yeah. The Batman Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia 1 of 4, cover A by Gabriel Hardman.
Yeah. Well, what role did he take in it?
Well, Gabriel Hardman wrote this comic.
And that'll be fine. He'll just do the writing. That's fine.
And then he drew it.
Okay, wait. So he wrote it and draw it. That'll be fine. Just the writing and the
cover.
Oh, and the cover then. Okay. Yep. Well, that'll do, Dan.
He did not color it.
Oh.
But I'll forgive him.
Yeah.
Especially because this art does not lean on colors. You know how sometimes, right, quietly, people rely on somebody else to draw the lips, or like the colorist is doing a lot of heavy lifting. That's not happening here. The colors are good, but they're staying within the lines. Of the lines, the line lines.
Roman, a book called Batman Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia came out with a cover done by Gabriel Hardman that looks like Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he even has variant covers by the two of those.
Yeah. What did you think about this Question Man? Green Arrow Man, fighter for injustice, friend of a man who is a bat, Django.
Fighter for injustice.
I liked it a lot. I mean,
for injustice.
For injustice,
fight,
yes.
Or for injustice.
Fight to defend injustice.
Right,
yes.
Exactly. That's the question that is the important part.
It's Black Label Roman. I enjoyed it. I mean, I didn't know this was coming out, so it was a nice surprise. And since it's Black Label, we get to see the classic Question back in action, and it's always cool seeing him and Batman and the Green Arrow together. Nice convoluted plot. In fact, I'm not even.
It's sure real convoluted. Can we all agree that it's a real convoluted plot?
It's great.
Yeah, I'm not even sure how to sum it up exactly, but
I assumed I was the problem.
No. There's just they're in action, and they're gonna come to loggerheads. 3 of them in conflict a little bit, at least, before they end up teaming up.
I mean, it's just a globe spanning conspiracy that, of course, ropes all of them in, right?
Yeah. And of course, it's going to be fun because Green Arrow's a flaming liberal, and Question is a what would he be?
Libertarian.
Would he be libertarian? I think, though he'd probably deny that label.
Yeah, he is Steve Ditko, right?
Yeah. So he's technically objectivist, which I'm not even sure how to define that really.
And Batman won't tell us what he is.
Yeah. The only thing I didn't like in this was like Batman's outfit on the last page. But other than that, and they did the thing that I think they got from one of the Tim Burton Batman movies, where his bat plane hangs upside down, mounted in the Batcave. Like a giant friggin' bat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's probably I like that too. It's probably hard to get in and out of in that way.
Yeah, he just flips out of it.
I'm glad you said the same thing, because yes, the final page is like the art. It's like Gabe Hardman is a really good artist. I haven't seen them do much Big Two stuff outside of their Green Lantern Earth 1 book in quite a few years. Now
he retired from comics for a while,
and he did Invisible Republic, and then he was doing movies. Yeah,
yeah,
because he works in movies. So I think it's cool that this exists, and he probably is excited about telling this story if he's coming back to comics to do it. But he's a fantastic artist. But there are some parts in this where it's just artistically a little janky. That like final page is like, okay, that looks kind of like a wonky version of an action figure from the Tim Burton or like maybe the Michael Keaton, not the Michael Keaton, Val Kilmer Batman or something.
Oh,
you know, like George Clooney or Val Kilmer.
and
Well, I'm hoping that outfit is just like, I hope
It's
it's
my
not
snowsuit.
the bout outfit that he's wearing throughout the series. I was assuming it's just his like bat thermal armor for up in the Himalayas or wherever they are.
That's what I assumed, but you're right. We actually don't see his costume in the light at any point throughout this book.
well, I think he's got. Maybe he doesn't have 3 costumes. He's got at least 2 costumes in here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
when he's-
And he doesn't have a cape on. in
I
the
know, it's
jungle, which
really-
is super weird.
Yeah,
Well,
when he's
we do
riding
get a
the
little-
drone, he doesn't have a cape, and it's not the same
The
costume as
the first Batman we get, he's wearing a cape.
Yeah, but it gets splattered in red paint.
Stupid Batman, dodge the paint, you idiot. We need your cape. It's one of your iconic features. Yeah, it's like political kind of espionage, you know, shell companies and faux altruistic floaty devices beneath islands, and it seems like that cover is maybe my favorite part of the whole thing, but I really like the cover.
Oh man, I actually really like the whole thing.
Yeah. Well,
I
I mean,
like all the how all the characters are coming together, like the way the team is coming together here, the way they're each solving a segment of a different mystery and they all end up in the same place. Just like 3 very competent detectives doing their thing and all coming to the same conclusion with different information. And then I really like the where they like the scene where they kidnap Vic Sage by
Mhm.
putting a sheet over his face,
yeah,
and they're basically making him look like the Question. I thought that was cool.
yeah.
And there's something I don't think that I would normally look at Gabe Hardman's art and think this looks like Cowan inked by Sienkiewicz, but when he's drawing the Question, it absolutely evokes that.
Yeah,
know.
it almost feels like there's an intentional like nod to that in here.
Yeah, and maybe that's what it is, because the Batman shot in the jungle without the cape made me think of who's doing the red coat?
Brian Hitch.
Brian Hitch, right? Like something about that is very different from the Sienkiewicz looking stuff.
Yeah.
And really the Green Arrow bits of that you could say are not super far from Mike Grell.
I think Roman, sorry, please.
Oh, and I love the introduction, like almost full splash page of the Question getting out of his car. And that was very Cowan. I mean, I love the way the rain is splatting off of his hands and the roof of the car and everything. It's beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I really like this book.
I liked it. I thought it was very, very well done for like a kind of sort of hard-boiled detective-y sort of noir story. It felt kind of Christopher Nolan Batman universe-esque to me.
Yeah.
Like Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight is what it was called. So, which is high praise. I think the art's very stylistic. It is a little bit more work to put into it than I wanted to put in. I'm going to give it an 8.5. I think it's very good. Don't know if I'll read more of it.
From Jeff. I'm going to give it a 9.
Yeah, you are.
I'm
docking it down because it's a long title. It's an 8.5 because the title is Batman Green Arrow, The Question, Arcadia, on a week where a book called Arcadia came out. So I couldn't just refer to this as Arcadia.
Yeah, that's totally fair.
Totally fair.
Totally fair.
Totally fair.
I'm going to give it, man, that cover looks like Mike Grell's work too. I'm I'm gonna give it a 9.
9.
Wow.
The Question Man.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
got
sure you'll
Batman with
agree.
his yellow oval. I love the yellow oval.
What does that make our? Wow.
8.83 is what that
I was
makes.
gonna try and I was trying to think of the third of the top half.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Good work, everybody. We've got Arsenic Lullaby here. He's got hot takes as always. When the lullaby sounds, it's always time to talk about the Punisher. That's what we've all come to expect here at Comics Place, Perfectly Acceptable Podcast Inc. When our friends in the house, it's time for Punisher discussion. Now, we had 2 books featuring the Punisher this week, and I'm open to hearing about both. Are they both written by Jimmy Palmiotti? Is that what Roman said?
No,
Oh, yeah.
the Daredevil. Well, the Daredevil Punisher was written by Jimmy Palmiotti.
Well, so was this one.
Yeah, sorry. I also read last week's Punisher Red Band, which was not.
Right.
I'm steeped in the Punisher right now.
So here's the bummer for me is I like the art in
mean.
Marvel Knights Punisher more than I like the art in Red Band Punisher, but I like the story, I think, in Red Band Punisher more than Marvel Knights Punisher. I wasn't going to read this one because I didn't read the first issue because confusion about different Punisher ongoing series, but I did just drop into this one because I think good comics should be able to be dropped in on, and I love Dan Panosian's art.
Yeah.
God, Dan Panosian's art is awesome, and I'm glad he's getting like more and more high tier work.
He's moving more and more towards like a Jack Davis Mad Magazine style. And I love seeing like this super Mad Magazine style in a superhero comic. You know, like these caricatures. That's just Lee Marvin hanging out there. Lee Marvin's a bad guy.
Look that up.
Yeah, and I think it's awesome when you see that, like everything about his style. Like he does a thing where this guy just sweats.
He's a sweaty guy. He could be an absolute Batman.
Yeah, he's the sweater.
Yeah.
But like his sweat is super cartoony. It's not like drops flinging off of his forehead or anything, but he's literally dripping sweat down his forehead, and it totally fits in with this fairly realistic artwork. And he's just writing a lot of really fun lines here.
Yeah, I really like the line that he has kind of found to ride with his stuff for the last couple of years, because it is not like Darwin Cook, but like in the way that Darwin could provide a lot of detail and like implied perspective. Like I'm just looking at the final page of this issue, which is just a full page shot of kind of an interesting angle looking at somebody sitting in a chair, and like the table in front of her and the angles of the books are so interesting, and the chair that she's sitting on are just these like horizontal brush strokes. Love Dan Panosian, and Django got a commission for me from Dan Panosian like 6 years ago or something.
Long time ago, yeah.
Like he had done slots, I think, at that point. I don't even know like why he was super on our radar, but we did like him a lot and had been talking about him. So that made him always be somebody that I kind of look for and appreciate their art a little bit extra just because of a personal connection. Yeah, he did the art for our Batman in Quarantine podcast, which is what the commission was. I don't know the Mad Magazine reference that you made, Django. So I don't know specifically what you mean there, but I do. I love his style. Like it's got a sort of the guy that did Dead Rabbit, John McCrae. It's got kind of a John McCrae thing going.
Sure,
like it reminds me of that. Like, but also that he leans into like halftone dots and zipatone. I love that as well. Just super, super cool. I love his art, and this story is good. It's a pretty brutal Punisher story.
It's really weird.
It's really weird. It's a really weird story about brainwashing and superstition in a country way over there, but like it's Palmiotti kind of brutal Punisher, just like somebody kind of like lightweight, high quality Garth Ennis. Like it's like really good Garth Ennis, but not quite at his top tier, but also not what Garth Ennis does now.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack
Yeah.
Davis. Yeah.
Yeah, you would know him if you saw him in
Certainly.
Mad Magazine. Yeah, the story is super bizarre. And there's stuff in there that I think it kind of reminded me of the parts of Howard Chaykin that I find the most challenging, which are like you kind of need to know the tone of voice that he had in his head when he was writing it. So like the dialogue makes the most sense if you iterate on it until it makes sense. Right? Where who's stressing what, who's being sarcastic.
Mhm.
I have a kind of a hard time with that. Like I didn't understand why the spy was getting weird at certain points. When they were setting him up to go in and be a mole. And I think that like that's on me, but also maybe a little bit on the writing.
I mean, it's probably a little bit on the writing, but you do have to like Django trying to understand a human being's emotion is
right.
Always like it also is a lot on you.
It's
like
sympathy, right?
It's like robot trying to understand these words. Do these 2 + 2 + 2 = 6 + 2 is 8?
Yes.
Question mark.
Yes.
Brackets equals heart. Brackets. Asterisks.
Less than 3 is the fast way
Less
to do
than
heart,
3.
bud.
Less than or equal to 3. Yes.
Yeah.
If then statements.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love it. Love it all.
Django, what spy are you talking about that you didn't understand?
Oh, the scene where the woman is convincing the dude to go undercover. So after the Lee Marvin scene.
The guy Everett Ross. The sweater. The sweater.
Yeah. The sweater. Yeah. So
yeah, which he's a character that's appeared before in Marvel, I think.
Has he?
Comics.
Okay.
Yeah, I recognize the name. I don't remember his functions, but they describe it here.
Just some of his reactions were a little off to me.
Well, you're right. I didn't quite understand some of those either. I mean, at one point I was lost, and I wasn't sure if El Zombie was Frank Castle or if Frank Castle. I was like, "Where's Frank Castle?" Until they said the dialogue that he was in a cell downstairs.
I think El Zombie is like a persona that people take on whenever they're huffing this gas.
That's what I got. Yeah, because at some point
Frank
one
Castle
of the henchmen says they found an El Zombie dead.
Yeah.
So it's like anybody who's been brainwashed or turned into a
huffing the jankum.
Yeah.
Right. But so at the beginning, when this guy walks out of the water, he says, "I am death, I am El Zombie." At first, I thought that was the Punisher because he has kind of a reminiscent Punisher outfit on. But that's not the Punisher?
I think that is the Punisher.
I think that is. I think he was like going to do a kill mission and he like killed somebody and then he fell in the water and he was going to drown. And then he started to come back to being Frank. And he's like, oh shit, there's like a personality buried beneath all this shit. And it's got a survival instinct and I'm flying up. And then he gets up to the top and then the person that is there to rescue him squirts him again and he becomes El Zombie again.
So this is like an aerosol spray that turns him into a zombie. And
I got to tell you guys,
I just read Punisher Red Band number 2 or number 3 or something, number 3. And it is Kingpin with an implant in Frank Castle's brain making things.
Yeah.
So and also super brutal. Like this is a brutal comic. This come on, Marvel.
It's not Red Band.
Don't give me the same story.
But it's Marvel Knights, which is the adult stuff.
I hate it. Like
it's other adult stuff.
It's
as somebody ordering comics and casually reading Punisher comics, both of these Punisher #1s coming out within a couple weeks of each other, both of them being like separate imprint things of the main universe, very confusing.
Yeah.
Very confusing. Yeah. And we run a comic shop.
We're supposed to be the experts.
I give it a 9.0 because it's dumb and fun and full of zipatone.
Dumb and fun and full of zipatone. I like that. You said a 9?
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it God. I want to give it an 8, but I'm gonna give it an 8. I wish I liked it more.
Yeah.
The dialogue and motivation confusion really threw me off.
I do think that
the art is so good.
That spy, when he is the cleaner and he like finds, or like, like they get bumped into it, that point I was like, yeah, several points of his dialogue I was like, what the heck? But at that point I was also pretty impressed that, like, me dropping in on issue number 2, they had set up kind of 3 separate little narratives and then had all of them weave together logically by the end of this issue. I was like, that's a pretty well constructed story, which makes sense because Palmiotti has been doing it forever.
Yeah. Roman, you got I know you're not really a numbers man, but you got numbers?
I'm also gonna give it an 8. I like it more than Punisher Red Band, even with my it confuses my wee brain, but I still like it more.
Yeah, I like Roman's weed brain.
And there are too many. Yeah, there are too many Punisher books right now, so I'm probably going to drop Daredevil Punisher.
Roman, you've got 1 minute to tell me about Infernal Hulk. Go.
Infernal Hulk. Oh my gosh, where is it? Where's my copy? This starts with the number 1. I guess I don't know if it's a renumbering of regular Hulk or if this is a side series or what. But the events in there, the Hulk has become possessed by what is that thing called? The thing from hell. Eldest has become possessed by Eldest. So now Hulk's evil and up to no good. He's killing people, squishing them. And he's scarier Hulk than usual.
Ooh, he seems really scary.
Yeah. And it's making the news, and the Avengers, FF, Cap and Spider-Man were hanging out on a rooftop somewhere on this ratty couch.
Ratty.
They're all watching this going, uh-oh. Oh, and Bruce Banner has been separated from the Hulk again.
Wow. Did you like it?
I didn't hear the beep yet.
It hasn't gone yet.
Hulk's even on a throne. Oh, he's on the Eldest throne.
Shut up. It's going off.
Yeah. There's a lot of like H.P. Lovecraft type of stuff, imagery in this.
Did you like it? Did you like the art?
I like the art.
Like
I like the art. I like the Lovecraftian stuff. I like how the Hulk does some classic Hulk stuff, but it's results in these horrible, like, he claps his hands together and the classic Hulk, like, slam your hands together, but he does it really in front of these soldiers and their heads explode and you see their brains fly everywhere.
Ooh, wow.
So that was cool. Well then, I mean,
what would you want to 10 it though? Like if you were going to give it a tennis bout,
I'd probably give it an 8. It was a fun read. I didn't read the previous Hulk stuff for the last, I don't know, 6-7 months, so I'm don't know how much that all affects things. I mean, obviously,
look at that logo. It's like got a green line going through it, and it's like transforming, kind of like he is in the cover.
Yeah, that's a permanent scar on him, I guess. I don't know why part of his body is, like all missing epidermis or something, whatever that effect is.
It's almost like Marvel had success with one comic that was super violent, so they just decided to start shooting them out.
And what one was that?
It was the Red Band. It was the bagged.
The Wolverine one?
Wolverine one, I think, was the beginning. Yeah. Because like heads exploding and brains and stuff, that's not something we would have seen from Marvel 2 years ago.
Well, I was wondering if, like, because that Immortal Hulk book was pretty like body horror and kind of organs and jars and horror, and I was wondering if maybe that Hulk was the. Yeah, I agree. There's been a weird confluence or increase in horror books lately. Django, far be it from me to tell you what book you're going to talk about for a minute, but do it.
Detective Comics number 1130 11 I don't know, whatever 1103. Detective Comics 1103. Tom Taylor, man, you guys know my feelings on Tom Taylor. He just does good comic book writing, and this one is also a really good comic. He just gets all these characters. He's got Batman hanging out, doing Batman things, solving crimes, hanging out with Lois Lane, and Batman is the weak part of the investigation because Lois is so much better at being a journalist than he is, and so she's using her journalism superpower as a private detective. There's an awesome scene where Batman jumps from building to building to save a dude, and you get like 4 or 5 Batmans in there. Just really good mystery setup. And I think maybe they took the top part of a crucifix off in post.
Dude, so I really enjoyed part 1 of this arc.
Yeah.
And part 2 came out while I was gone. So I have not read this number yet. Part 3. I want to read part 2 and 3 together, but I just flipped through it while you were talking. And
So
I love the Michael Janin art. Like, he had done that early Batman stuff with Tom King, and there was a different person coloring it, and it had a very digital kind of filter look to it, like digital color gradients and stuff.
Yeah.
And it is not in this. I think he might be coloring himself now. I can't remember. I looked into it when he started in this arc. Anyway, I love seeing that page where he's jumping across the building that you pointed out, because that's what, like, every Tom King issue would have one double page spread where Michael Janin would have a bunch of him going. You have to like think about it in that way. And it's like one of those things that only comics can do.
Yeah.
I really like that he does that. I'm very excited about this. I'm glad that it stays good. I forgot what happened in the first issue, and then flipping through this, I remembered it. The quarantine.
Yeah, Batman's poisoned. He's only got a few hours. 9.0 for me.
Dang.
Jeff, if you had a minute, which you do.
Shredder number 3, IDW Comics, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, written by Dan Waters, Michelle Bandini on art. Listen, Shredder should be an old grumpy ninja, but what if he felt young and kind of smooth and kind of bad, but super smart? Like, what if Moriarty was mixed with Sherlock Holmes? Okay. And also a super good ninja who knows so much stuff. And he gets into a fight with a guy in this. And listen, Dan Waters is putting some really fantastic lines of dialogue in here. There was one specific line that I forget about that I hope I can find in here. That is just a wonderful line of dialogue. This sort of the ambiguity of what we know. Anyway, Dan Waters is somebody who has a tendency to like be a little bit whoa, that was good. You know, he's doing that Dark Patterns book that I still haven't read the final issue of, but you know,
we've got an office pool going on whether or not you're going to read the final issue of it.
Really?
No, not really.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I can't think of why I wouldn't, other than I just keep forgetting.
Sometimes you don't read the very end of things, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Or finish a video game. Dan Waters is a really great writer.
Dude, he really is.
Yeah.
And a really nice guy.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I really, really like his take on Shredder and what he's doing with his character. It's very, very interesting. I think he just naturally puts a bit of kind of really intellectual kind of Morrison in their kind of Invisibles era-esque stuff. So I'm going to give this a surprising 8.5. A surprised 8.5.
8.5. Not so bad.
Yeah, not at all.
Not so bad.
I wonder if I can find that line of dialogue.
You know, we're running long, but I think
we are. We need to talk about
that one book.
Yeah, we have to talk about DCKO. We were doing all that stuff so we could talk about DCKO before we go home. Before we get home, you know.
We're home.
DCKO, we're in Comics Place HQ, a giant industry complex connected by a series of gerbil tunnels.
Sorry, I feel like I live here.
Fortress of Comitude. Comitude. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you.
DCKO number 2 came out. This is written by Scott Snyder with art by Javier Fernandez and Alejandro Sanchez on colors. This is issue 2 of what was going to be 4, but is now a 5-issue event. Sounded like DCKO, like Knockout. Turns out it's King Omega. Turns out Darkseid already won. Turns out The only way to maybe stop him is to have all of the good guys fight each other. Oh, wait, no. Also, all of the bad guys in a giant tournament a la 1990s early Dragon Ball Z story arcs. It's important. FYI, listen, last week's live have 2 separate streams on YouTube. It's one of the bigger dumb concepts about DC Comics that we've had in a long time, and has somehow been the coolest DC event we've had in years.
Yep.
Oh my God, how much fun was this issue, and how much fun is this dumb series? It's so cool.
Do you remember what we loved about Metal when it was coming out?
I mean, we loved the Coke-fueled kids playing with their toys, but we didn't like a lot of the other stuff.
The Coke-fueled kids playing with their toys. It feels like
Donny
a more responsible amount of cocaine this time. And
your mom is doling out the cocaine this time.
Yeah,
this is the amount of cocaine that you get for the next 4 days. Come back to me every 40 minutes.
Yeah, it's bonkers, not insane. And we get like, I don't know, man, like the whole story is set up like a video game, right? Which does not appeal to me. I get to the page where it's like, your objective is to gather all 14 things. And like, yeah, I don't care about that. I understand it. I would like it if it was framed less like a video game.
But wasn't it fun watching them all race for those things and then fight each other on the way to them?
It's just the beginning where they're like, you need to retrieve these items and put them in your inventory.
Squid Games.
Yeah.
Squid Games for you? Did you finish Squid Games?
First season.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Like the Joker gets Adam's belt and grows big and steps on people and then eats them.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And DC has the sense of humor to put a parental advisory over the violence in there.
That's my only criticism.
Oh, I loved it.
I would like it if it weren't like, overtly the like Tipper Gore, PMRC, parental advisory from the early 90s censoring music ad.
That's what it has to be. What would
Does it have to be? I don't know. Anything but that one, just because I have, that one's endemic of a moment. It's so connected to a moment.
Yeah. A similar moment to when DC was churning out awesome crossovers.
Yeah.
They know which side their bread's buttered on. It's,
all right,
it's
cool.
on the Tipper Gore side.
All right. I'll butter this Tipper Gore bread. I'll butter Tipper Gore's bread. Who will win, though? I'm looking at these matchups for the next issue. Tag team. Next issue's tag team. And I bet that means that they'll be tag teaming, but only one of each of those people will move on to the next one. Oh, you're going to be killing your buddy by the end. Yeah.
Heroes with villains tag teaming.
Yeah, I've seen Squid Games.
Dude, Starro?
Dude, I thought of you.
Doing Starro things?
I thought of you so much in that Starro scene.
So good.
Starro gets a 1-up, and then he gets a 1 down, and then he gets a big like +10, and it's a good Starro moment. And it's like Django somewhere out there is pumped about Starro.
And Superman is, and Booster Gold, like,
yep.
Yeah. Just
Roman.
This is everything I love.
Did you read this, Roman? Do you know comics?
Yeah.
Okay. You've seen comics before? You get it?
Yeah, I've seen a couple.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, there's so many great moments in this. And I won't repeat the things you guys already said. I mean, I love all the Superman Luthor scenes in this were just perfect. Mm-hmm. The only 2 things I didn't like, and one is a problem I always have, you've heard me talk about before. They shouldn't have Zatanna in this.
Yeah, you said the Zatanna thing. I thought about that when we got to her in this issue. Because, I was like, Roman's out there screaming about. He's doing little pig squeals about Zatanna.
Yeah, she showed up here. Like, oh, Zatanna's there. She can instantly win the entire contest.
We'll be fine. Zatanna, go home.
So I didn't like that, but even more than that, I didn't like the fact that we had a variant cover with Plastic Man Lobo fighting. So because of that variant cover, I was waiting for that the entire issue. They never even face each other at all.
No, Plaz got he got his S wrecked.
Well, yeah, Metamorpho fucks him up. But
Whoa!
Does some cool stuff.
Oh, sorry, I got a call from that awkward Facebook boy.
Is it Tipper Gore?
Pretty upset about.
Is it Tipper Gore?
Yeah, no,
it's
the awkward Facebook boy, Zuckerboy is on the phone and he's in bed with Tipper Gore and they're both upset with us. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry, Zuckerboy and Tipper.
Roman, I agree with you. I wish that comics had set a precedent 80 years ago to have things happening on the cover that don't happen inside the comic.
Yeah, you're
then
right.
I wouldn't have been surprised by it.
Yeah, every time that happens, I get mad.
Make a variant of that cool image and then not have it pay off.
Yeah.
At least it wasn't Plastic Man versus the Creeper. Then you really would have been bummed.
Oh man, I'd give up comics right now.
Oh, I don't think so. This is.
So now you mentioned that. Where is the Creeper? Why is he not here?
I don't think he made the cut. Let's look at the big board.
Well,
we've gotten a lot of Creeper in the last year.
He's busy saving people in the big city.
A couple years.
He's reporting it.
He's still
when are we gonna get a Tom King Creeper series? Oh, we kind of
got that. Yeah. That's the Creeper that we got. Okay. All right. It's certainly one of the best DC events in many moon times. I'm excited that it's gone from 4 issues to 5 issues. I believe that's what happened. That's good. I'm excited to get into some of these tie-ins after this because I still have some left to read. But let's get scores for this and then once again remind people how they can contribute to the show, or showing up and being a part of the chat is also a wonderful way to be contributing to the podcast. So thank you for that. Scores.
It's a 9.0 for me.
Whoa. Arsenic Lullabies is made by
9.5 for me.
Picks with donuts on it. There are no donuts inside. Yeah.
Oh,
that's exactly what it's like.
That's comic books in a nutshell, man.
Yeah. It bums me out.
Imagine buying a box, a variant box of donuts. That would be the real bummer.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Did you ban Craig Mueller and he's V2 now because you booted him out before?
Only if he was that spam bot from earlier.
It was
volume
him.
21.
Super Nifty Susie #1,
aka
also,
Craig Mueller,
also gives DCKO a 9.5.
Nice.
9.5 for me. And Super Nifty Susie.
Yeah.
And Roman?
Oh, I gave my score. I think I said 9. Was it 9 or 9.5? I already don't remember. Okay.
Wasn't listening.
And I went 9.5. Django, what's yours?
9.0, baby.
Okay. Maybe you did say Roman 9.5. Okay, listen, everybody. It's urgent. Roman, you need to sing We Are the World. We are the children. We are trying to get people to contribute and donate their time and energy to the overall goodness of this podcast, which feeds back into the larger comic book community. So you, by donating a small amount of your time in the form of a recorded voice memo or a written email sent to jeff@thecomicsplace.com, can be single-handedly responsible for increasing the overall sense of joy and community in the comics book medium. So we are asking a one-time or recurring donation of your time in the form of witty, clever inquiries. Never question it. You only get more comfortable by doing it lots. We were very uncomfortable to record these podcasts for the first year or two, and now we just resent it.
God damn it.
And that's it, everybody. We're going to step outside and maybe eat a little leftover Thanksgiving goulash.
Yeah, it's probably still got a day or two.
I think so.
Still safe.
Thanksgiving leftovers.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
And watching.
And thanks for watching, everybody. Are they viewers? I don't know. They're listeners, the viewers. Not the issue. We'll table it for now.